Okay, once we created the screen, now we can actually start doing our code. So try to, when you decide on your screen layout, it should always be in the same type of format. So I would suggest put your exit at the bottom, maybe a clear next to that and the help next to that. And then these others doesn't actually matter. The thing is now, every time we create a new screen, do that every time. Put exit there, then clear there, then help there for each of your screens. There's a mark allocated for that it's sort of the same, um, what are they, consistent feel type of mark that they've given. So if you do that, then like the user always knows, oh, okay, exit's always there, clear's always there, so you don't need to go look. So do that always. Our These ones are relatively straightforward, I think. Let's go to the help. No, we'll do the help later. The help is just reading from a text file. So we'll go create the text files first. I think let's do the login for now. So the new user will also do maybe a next time. I don't think we'll do that today either. But now for login, do you agree we need to get the username and the password and then just see if it is if the person can log in or not. There's different ways you can do that. Some of you want to put your stuff in Access to have the username and password there. That will be a little bit more tricky. We just need more components for that, but we can make it work. But I'll sort of do that. I'll show you how to do that in one of the next screens. I'm not going to do it here. Option 2, the option I'm going to follow is we're going to use a text file to actually do this for us, where the username and passwords will be in the text file itself. Or then option 3, you could have fixed username and password. So you can sort of, for those of you that works with, I want to say the general public, I would go this route where it's a fixed one maybe. So the ones that just deals with staff and maybe the vehicles, you'll need to get usernames and passwords maybe from somewhere else. But if you've got like some of you that are doing the rating and those things, because you'll have either the um, public or users or clients with either staff or vehicles. So I think when you're working with the public and them, generally you don't want them to sign in. So in our login screen, we can have the options where I'm just thinking, how can we, if we want to have a tick box there, maybe what I'll do, I think, is if you click on this username and we go to the caption and we maybe start it with something for the users. So, oh no, not caption. It is in our edit. Where is this? Say again?
Text.
Yeah, is text in there? Where is text down here? Can't remember if it's in that one or no, down here. So in text, I'll maybe start with something like public, and then the password could just be like pass, so that they'll know if they generally, or you can have like um, clients or whatever. If you want all of them to sort of have the same password, because generally you don't want for each of them to also register and keep control, because it doesn't actually matter. So now in our login screen, our step one is we need to first get those things. So let's quickly do that. So we'll need a so it will be a string uh, username, and we'll have a string for the password. We just need to get that from our components. Um, username dot text and our is pass. Alright, so we get those two things. Now we just do a basic normal if.
So
Yes.
for my labeled edits, I only have the name, but I don't have the.
So if you go to there's one called edit label. If you expand edit label, inside there is your caption. Inside the edit label one. Alright, what I just realized now is when we're gonna click on this, we actually want to go to the next screens. So what we'll quickly do, every now and then, just click the save button just because. And then let's first go create the other screens. So how we do that, we go File, New, and then don't choose this application one again. Now you'll choose the one that just says Form. And it makes another screen for you.
So are you recording, right?
Yes, it is recording. Um, for the second screen, I'm going to stick to Unit 2. I'm going to stick with my names, just Unit 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to save it. Then here you'll do the same thing. You can do a panel again. I like panels though. You don't need to. It's nice grouping information. So I'm going to do that. I don't like the caption though. And then on there, let's say this first screen, we just want to display one of our tables. But before we do that, we can even do the panel like that. And then what we'll need, remember those same three buttons that I spoke to you about? So we'll have our button, copy, paste, other button, paste, other button. So, but now what you do is that last one, well, that was exit. In this case here, just change it to back. Either back or log out. And then we had, what was the next one? Was clear, I think. It was clear and then help. So we'll do the same thing. This will be a clear button. And this will be a help button. And then for these ones, we'll just rename them. Remember, we have to give them proper names. Your panel, you don't need to rename because we're not doing anything with it in code. So this is my button back. And this is my button clear. And this is my button help. Maybe for now, like in my case, I worked with the vehicle table a lot. I don't have the other one actually. So on this one, I might just on my panel, I'll go to my border style and then I'll choose what do I want to do here? Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm getting confused a bit. Alright, so we can change it. Let's just leave it what it was. Let's say none rather. Okay, so we've got those, but this is our second screen. So what we want now, so now we can go back to our unit 1. If it is the users, the public that signed in, we want to go to that screen. So now we can do our if statement. So if our S user is equal to, and then what did we say? We said public with a capital letter P. So if it's equal to public, then begin. Oh, but we don't want to just check that. So if that is public and our S password is equal to, we said pass with a capital letter P. So you just say, so if the username is that and if the password is that, then to open this one, so if you look at the code for this one, you'll see it's in unit 2 and it's called tform2 is the class name. tform2, it's the type I mean, but then the name is form2. You'll see, look here by the var. Form2 is of type tform2. So what we'll do on this side now, before you can do that though, we'll have to go File, then you say Use Unit, because these two are still separate. But now if you say Use Unit, you'll see Unit 2 is there. Because with this Unit 1, I want to go to Unit 2. So you click on it.
Sorry, Sean. How do you go to the use unit?
You go File, and then there's a Use Unit, or you can press Alt F11. So, but you must be in Unit 1. Yeah. Cool. Once you've done that, now we can say here, you'll see if you start typing form, you'll see form 2 is there. And then do you agree with form 2? You actually want to show it. So you say form2.show. Now I've got a choice. Generally, if you showed the second screen, we want the first screen to disappear. So then we can do our form 1, but we want to hide it. So then to show form 2 and then form 1 we want to hide. Alright, now let's quickly see if it works. So now we click play. You're on this one. We've already got public and pass, so you just click login, and there you'll see your second screen and your first screen's gone. Okay, we haven't done any of these buttons yet. I will most probably go here and I'll have, so this is a fixed method. I would suggest doing this initially and we can expand on it later. But then I can go else if, and then you can have if your S user is equal to, and then let's say the other option was the administrator guy, and then he knows his password, which is for us for now, that's 1 2 3 4 with a begin and end. So for them, they might want to go to a different screen. So what we'll do, we'll just go do the same thing again. So we go File, we go New, Form, we'll do a Form 3. Just create the basics again. So let's just put a panel in. Maybe for now with this panel, I'll leave the caption there and just say here admin. So now this is the admin screen. We'll have our buttons again. So we put the one button, all three buttons. We don't need to do that yet. We can save this one. So you save unit 3. Then you go back to your unit 1. In this case now we have to first use unit again. So we use unit, we choose now form unit 3. We say OK. And we do the same thing. So this would be now form 3 we want to show, but still form 1 we want to hide. So now it depends. Okay, I didn't do my back yet. So if it's the public one and I say login, I get to the public screen. And if I change this to admin 1 2 3 4 and say login, then I go to the admin screen. And that's our sort of basis for now. Yes.
So if I don't say public, like if I don't want to have public in the box,
Yeah.
what?
So my suggestion would be to have at least these 3 screens.
Yes, sir.
So this one we can, with our admin screen, we also just want the one on the right hand side to be our back button and a clear button, and a help button. And then we just rename them
So
as well. Yeah, so then we just change these three buttons, their names. Also just do button back, button clear, and button help. All right, so we've done this first one going to the screens. So then on your unit 3 and 2, in the back button itself, you'll just need to go again. So with unit 3, I'm going to file use unit. And then unit 3, when I say back, do you agree? We want to go back to unit 1. So that's why you choose unit 1 and you say use unit 1. And then for this one, our form 1, we want to then show. And our form, just you can see that I'm still in unit 3. So my form 3, I want to hide. And then in my unit 2, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'll go to that one's back button. And I'm going to say file use unit, also unit 1, because I want to go back to unit 1. And here also I'm going to say form 1, I want to show. And my form 2, I want to hide. And then we can maybe just, by this one, by the exit button. Just put exit in there. So now if I click play, now we can play around a bit. So if it's public and pass, I can say log in, then I'm in this one. If I click back, then I'm back to this one. And then I can try admin and 1, 2, 3, 4. Log in, I'm in the admin screen. And I can also go back and I'm back here. And when I click exit, my exit doesn't work yet. Alright, so we must just fix that. Yeah, so for our exit button, we'll just say form1.close. So when I closed everything and I'm going to open up my project again, you'll only see unit 1 initially. But then what you'll do, look on the right hand side. You'll see there's a unit 1, 2, and 3. Just double click on 2 and just double click on 3. Then you'll have all 3 of your units again.
that's the thing. So it's not there.